So I figured I would just pick a really easy, short video to debunk.
We must perfect the art of organizing people, in person and in public spaces.
Oh, I think we've seen the results of you doing that.
Well, okay, that'll do.
Oh, you think you can handle Lord Killian, huh? I can tell you already, you can't. Let's go after this weasel.
And he obviously put such little work into this video. You don't deserve this set.
Oh, come on. I mean, this guy takes almost 3 minutes to actually get to the content of what he's saying. He's going on about all his production and how little I put into mine. But I guess he has to do it that way because he has nothing else to back himself up with. And he's such a narcissist, he has to pretend that what he's doing is so much better than what I'm doing. By the way, all of the backgrounds for these videos, I made them myself. Why is it the ones that boast the most are the ones that suck the hardest? You realize Trump hasn't taken office yet, right?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's why she said, since he's been elected, not since he's been president. Come on, keep up, man.
Look! Moron! Just being elected doesn't give you power. You actually have to take office in order to have power. So any complaints about what Trump did as president before he became president are moronic. You can't blame Trump for anything that happened before he took office. And that's exactly what she did. Do you not get this, twerp?
This is the first 10 seconds.
Yeah, first 10 seconds and you're sucking already. Of course, for you, it's the first 3 minutes, so it took you a whole lot to get to that level of suckage.
I'm a human rights activist, co-founder of Black Lives Matter.
Well, make up your mind.
Last time I checked, those two things are not mutually exclusive.
They absolutely are. When you call for violence, when you call for people's rights to be taken away, you're not acting for human rights. You're acting against them.
We who believe in freedom cannot rest.
And if you actually believed in freedom, that might mean something.
What the hell is that supposed to mean? Are you implying that Black Lives Matter is against freedom?
I'm not implying it, I'm saying it outright. Just look at the things they've done.
I mean, do you have any evidence of this?
Oh, for crying out loud! Open your friggin' eyes! I mentioned a few of them before. The riots, the smashing things, the hitting people, the calling for cops to be murdered. And what about things like when a speaker shows up on a campus they don't like, they rush the stage and grab the mics? They did this at one point to a student group who paid to have the speaker there, something no other student group was required to do, by the way, and the speaker was speaking for free, so it wasn't him. Black Lives Matter stormed the stage, grabbed the microphones, and started blowing whistles loudly through the PA system to stop people from having a discussion. They don't like free speech. What about at the University of Missouri? And other places where they've blocked roads and sidewalks and prevented people from using public spaces? What about times they've taken over campus libraries and public libraries and stopped other people who paid their taxes or paid their tuition and have an absolute right to be there? Stopping freedom of speech, stopping freedom of movement, hitting people, smashing things, and calling for the murder of people you don't like. How anti-freedom can you get?
Oh, okay. You're playing that game where we both just randomly assert something and pretend like asserting it means that's true.
This isn't an assertion! It's actually happened!
You're a racist unicorn. Now, according to your logic, that means it's actually true.
No, you liar! Because you don't have video evidence of me being a racist unicorn. All of these are on video. They're on the record. You liar!
Black, brown, native, Muslim.
White?
Wait, white people can't be Muslims?
Wow, really? You're going there?
Immigrant.
White?
Oh, that's right, because there are no white immigrants.
Wow, you are completely dishonest, aren't you? She's mentioned other racial groups specifically, including blacks.
Black, brown, native.
Why would she do that and not mention whites? Because this is a racist, segregationist, separatist movement.
LGBTQ.
White?
Oh, come on!
You come on! Start arguing honestly!
LGBTQ isn't even a racial distinction.
No, but she mentioned many other racial distinctions except white!
Black, brown, native.
Liar!
Are you really asserting that there are no white people who are LGBTQ?
Mr. Strawman, give me a break.
Folks with records.
White people?
Yes, because no white people have records.
Just shut your pie hole, for goodness sake.
Folks with disabilities.
White people?
God damn, I can only disprove the same claim so many times.
Are you just stupid, or have you been drinking? No one is convinced by this, what were you thinking?
And poor communities.
So, not white people.
So, white people can't be poor?
Strawman, I can't stand it when you spew it over and over again.
So let's put aside the fact that you just excluded all white people from any of those groups?
I did no such thing, liar! She mentioned racial groups specifically. The fact that she mentioned other groups too does not mean she's not a fucking racist! Stop lying!
The remainder of white people generally are not an oppressed underclass in society.
Oh, really? So those people I mentioned who weren't allowed to walk on the street, who weren't allowed to listen to their own speaker, all of those people didn't have their rights stripped from them. All of the censorship that's going on, that's not real. That doesn't count.
So that's why they're not included.
No, they're not included because they're racist fucks. You can oppress all the white people you want. You can take their microphones and blast whistles through the PA system. You can stop them from walking on the street. You can call for them to be punched and even murdered. And you're telling me that's not racist? You can't defend us from those things when you engage in them yourselves.
Ooh, okay, my turn again.
Better have video.
Okay, you're not really a libertarian. In secret, you're really a Marxist leftist SJW.
Got video? Then shut up!
Because remember, according to your rules, if I assert it, that means it's true, and I get to claim that I'm right without showing any evidence.
I've got video evidence! Stop lying! Do you even know what a corporation is? I kinda doubt it. Corporate takeovers of Mother Earth. What's that even supposed to mean? All it does is expose you as a Marxist.
Okay, I'll give you the point that she's using some really flowery language here that isn't that specific, but in context, she's obviously talking about things like the Dakota Access Pipeline.
So yeah, she is talking about things that are no problem to begin with. By the way, the people whose property the pipeline actually went through, the Standing Rock Sioux tribe, did not oppose the pipeline. They only wanted assurances from the Army Corps of Engineers that the design of the pipeline was adequate to prevent leaks into Lake Oah. They were in the middle of coming to an agreement on that when other people, leftist, environmentalist extremists outside of the tribe, came in and appropriated the issue. By the way, she never mentioned Dakota Access, so who's making crap up now, huh? You realize all of those people were protesting the government, right?
Yeah, because corporations totally weren't involved in either of those incidences.
Moron! It's government that has the power! The only way corporations can do anything like that is with the support of the government! Stop giving your holy government a free pass and passing the blame to where it doesn't belong! All of the things that Black Lives Matter have done. Yeah, we've seen that.
Oh, wow. You're pulling that old meme out?
It's not a meme! It's stuff that actually happened!
Because look at all these horrible, violent, terrible people.
I shouldn't have to play the chants about them calling for cops to be killed. I shouldn't have to play the videos of them rioting and smashing things up and hitting people. I shouldn't have to play the videos of them doing all the stuff I've done. The videos are out there. It's an easy search away. The only way you could have gotten this is by cherry picking. You are a liar.
Because look at all these horrible, violent, terrible people.
There, see how easy that was? So what do you think you've proven here? Other than your own dishonesty, that is.
But you can't malign the entire organization based on that small group of people.
We're not talking about one or two people in a crowd. We're talking about what entire protests have done to the person.
Our organizations and First Amendment right to assemble have been threatened.
Oh, okay, so you are in favor of free speech and free assembly, so that must mean you agree with the Citizens United decision, right? Somehow, I doubt it. What about the Second Amendment? How do you feel about that, huh? Tell us.
So this is a total non-argument.
How is it a non-argument? She says she's for freedom. I'm just trying to find out if she really is, like you claim. And we both know she isn't.
Now I get that you like those nice blanket statements.
It's called consistency, moron. You have to have a consistent perspective. If you don't, you're a hypocrite.
But just because you don't like dealing with them, doesn't mean that nobody else is allowed to have them.
Wait, are we still talking about guns? Just because you don't like dealing with them doesn't mean that no one else is allowed to have them? Yeah, I'll go along with that. So you are for the Second Amendment. Good. Ha! How does it feel when someone does it to you, huh? Also, I've always liked the saying about this, which is that you're really admitting that the best thing you have to say for your argument is that it's not illegal to make it.
I can't tell if this guy is actually a racist, or if this dog whistling is just unintentional.
Come on, just admit you have no response.
How do you know that she doesn't agree with libertarian?
Because she calls for people to be murdered? Because she deplatforms people? Because she agrees with inhibiting the liberty of movement of people in public spaces?
Just because you got that one fact right doesn't mean that anything else you say is correct.
See, the difference between libertarians and Black Lives Matter is that we vociferously complained about the death of Eric Garner and of Kelly Thomas, and we got there before Black Lives Matter. But the Black Lives Matter people want you to look at the Eric Garners, but not the Kelly Thomases. You point out people like Kelly Thomas, and they go like, isn't he a loser? He failed life at the lowest difficulty level. Yes, because having severe mental issues like depression makes life so easy. No, they say he's privileged because he's white. And by doing so, they want to distract you from the real bad guys here. Government. It's government that got away with killing both Eric Garner and Kelly Thomas. If you want to solve this issue, you have to solve it all. You can't just look at the black and ignore or even excuse the white.
Apparently you and the people that you pander to don't understand the distinction between All Lives Matter and Black Lives Matter.
No, we do. All Lives Matter is inclusive. It includes everybody. Black Lives Matter just looks at a group of people based only on the color of their skin, the definition of racism.
Black Lives Matter started as a response to police brutality, disproportionately affects black people. And up until Black Lives Matter started bringing more attention to those, the cases were widely ignored.
Not by us, maybe by you, but stop projecting your failings onto us.
So what Black Lives Matter means is Black Lives Matter 2.
No, it means Black Lives Matter only. And this has been shown time and time and time again. Stop pretending the evidence isn't there.
It was created to draw attention to those who didn't have a voice and who were being ignored by society at large.
So the people who didn't have a voice and were being ignored by society at large are the people who got platforms on campuses all over the country and all over the world, and the people who got interviewed on the news media, and the people who got coverage over and over and over again. Those were the people who didn't have a voice. Those were the people who got ignored. Give me a break!
white people are the majority of society at large who are ignoring these things. And the reason that white people generally as a group aren't included is because their voices aren't silenced in this.
Oh, really? How much coverage have you seen of Kelly Thomas then? Tell me that! Do you even know who he is? Have you ever even heard of him?
So when you say all lives matter, once again, you're ignoring the specific plight that black and brown people go through.
It's not a specific plight. The problem is lack of accountability of government agents, of police and politicians and other people. And that is an issue that transcends race. But what Black Lives Matter is doing is setting up a victim mentality whereby people are victims because they have dark skin and privileged because they have white skin. And that's counterproductive. That's not how you get government to be accountable. And the fact is, these people don't want government to be accountable. They have done absolutely nothing towards even calling for the accountability of police. I'll give you another name, Daniel Shaver. Ever heard of him? Kinda doubt it. Even though his murder at the hands of police was caught on video and audio like Kelly Thomas's, and the police in both cases got acquitted. But guess what? They're white guys, so who cares, right? You ever even heard of these guys? Come on, be honest.
And once again, you're essentially silencing them.
Silencing them? Who's silencing them by coming out and saying that they're wrong? That's not silencing anyone. This is just another desperate ploy by yet another desperate person who knows he doesn't have the facts on his side.
You wouldn't go up to someone who's trying to talk to somebody about breast cancer and berate them for not talking about all cancers.
Oh, wow! How dishonest an analogy can you get? No, it's like someone trying to claim the issue of breast cancer for black women and ignoring all the white women and wanting all the focus to be on black cancer victims and treatment of black cancer victims, coming up to them and saying, hey, white women are getting breast cancer too, maybe we should treat them. And then they go, you're so racist! That's what's going on. That's why you have to deliberately set up dishonest analogies, because you can't deal with the situation the way it really is.
They're talking about one aspect within the system.
No, they're not. The aspect of this system is lack of governmental accountability. That's the aspect, and that's the part they're ignoring. If you fix that, you fix the system for black people and white people and Latinos and anyone else who might fall victim to this. But that's not what they want.
If you want to talk about things that are specifically affecting white people, nobody's stopping you.
It's not about things that specifically affect one race or the other. Don't you get this? It is about things that affect people of all races that people of one race are trying to co-opt for themselves.
Ensure our security online and offline.
Which is what we libertarians have been trying to do. What have you been trying to do? I hear a lot of rhetoric, but I don't see any action.
Here you go, man. Right there. Go ahead and read it. They actually have a really comprehensive platform.
None of which covers cybersecurity.
And they have plans on how they want to do it.
Yeah, and none of it actually gets to the root of the problem, like I've been saying. Governmental accountability, being able to secure our communications with strong encryption, things like that. Things that actually could have a positive effect on blacks and whites and Latinos and everyone else, just by virtue of the fact that you're a human being. But you can't see beyond your own pathetic little corner of the political landscape, so you're completely blinded to all this.
If you managed to do 10 seconds of research, you could have easily found this shit.
Oh, yeah, but you couldn't do 10 seconds of research to find all the stuff I've been talking about that Black Lives Matter has been doing that you've been denying.
And if you find yourself in melanin spaces...
Melanin spaces? Really?
Yeah, that's a new one for me too. Am I not supposed to say people of color anymore? Is that what I'm supposed to use now?
How about just people? Can we do that? Can we get to a point where we're just human beings? Where we all have our own autonomy and our own thoughts in our head and don't have to constantly be defined by the color of our skin or where we were born or anything like that? Can we at least try to do this? Not if people like you have their way, I guess. But we've seen it right here. They're calling for melanin spaces, safe spaces, segregation. Again, this is a separatist movement. They want places carved out where they have rights and people with lighter skin don't. She said it.
Right now I'm reading a book about Reconstruction after Civil War for a future video, and in that book they detail how white Southerners had a totally irrational fear that ex-slaves would gain power over them. I think you would fit in with those people a lot.
Really? Okay, let me educate you on the history of that. It was politicians who didn't like that black people could have power. The people were fine. Businesses started hiring free blacks. They started letting them sit and eat in their restaurants. The politicians didn't like that, so they passed segregation as laws. Segregation was the law. Why do you people keep ignoring this? The free market is the equalizer. It's government that's the separator, and Black Lives Matter is a separatist movement. That's why they keep calling for blacks to have safe spaces. They want segregation back again.
I mean, fuck, that's just crazy. We should only put white people in charge of that.
No, we shouldn't put anyone in charge of that. No one has the business telling anyone else how to run their lives. Statism is a cult, and this guy's fully indoctrinated.
His white oppression complex is impressive. He's like half a step away from arguing that white genocide is a thing.
How much can a person take? Mr. Strawman, give me a break.
Hey, if you enjoyed this video, why not hit like and subscribe? And to make sure I can produce more, support this channel on Patreon and Maker Support. And check out all the other great content here, like this video selected especially for you.